माताजी दया करो मन में आन बसो माताजी दया करो तुम बिना लागे सुनो तुम बिना लागे सुनो खाली घट में प्रेम भरो खाली घट में प्रेम भरो माताजी दया करो मन में आन बसो माताजी दया करो तंत्र मंत्र पूजा नहीं जानो तंत्र मंत्र पूजा नहीं जानो मैं तो केवल तुमको ही मानो मैं तो केवल तुमको ही मानो सारे जग में ढूंढा तुमको सारे जग में ढूंढा तुमको अब तो आकर बहादुरो अब तो आकर बहादुरो ओ माताजी 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 दया करो माताजी दया करो तुम बिना लागे सुनो तुम बिना लागे सुनो खाली घट में प्रेम भरो खाली घट में प्रेम भरो माताजी दया करो मन में आन बसो माताजी तंत्र मंत्र पूजा नहीं जानो तंत्र मंत्र पूजा नहीं जानो मैं तो केवल तुमको ही मानो
Good morning everyone, and thanks for joining in on this early Saturday morning. Let's all bow down to Shri Mataji with our Agnya on Mother Earth and raise our Kundalini and put ourselves in Bandhan.
Shri Mahalakshmi Mahasaraswati Mahakali Trigunaatmika Kundalini Sakshat Shri Adishakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha Tvameva Sakshat Shri Kalki Sakshat Shri Adishakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha Tvameva Sakshat Shri Kalki Sakshat Shri Sahasrar Swamini Moksha Pradayini Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha Tvameva Sakshat Shri Ganesha Sakshat Shri Adishakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha
see what you see, the infinite sky.
I'm Tamara Reid and I am presenting.
Let's be in silent meditation for a few minutes.
I bow to all the seekers of truth. The other day, I told you a little bit about the first center called as Muladhara Chakra and Kundalini, which is the residual consciousness in the triangular bone called as sacral. As I told you that this is the pure desire power. Pure desire power, which has not yet been awakened and is not yet manifested within you, which is sat here waiting for a moment to arise and to give you your second birth, your baptism. It makes you a being. It gives you your self-realization. This pure desire is to be one with your spirit. This, unless and until it is fulfilled, those who are seeking will never be satisfied, whatever they may do. Now this first center is very important because this was the first center that was created when the primordial being started doing the job. This is the center of innocence, that is holiness. First thing that was created was holiness on this earth. This center is very important in all the human beings because animals have innocence, they have not lost it. While we have a right, or we can say we have a freedom to abandon it. We can do it. We can somehow destroy it by our so-called ideas of freedom. Now this center has a power to give us wisdom. Now wisdom is such a word that cannot be explained. Wisdom is the balance between your understanding of what is good and what is bad. Where you really understand what is good for you, for your spirit, is wisdom. And when this center is alive and is not destroyed, then you really know what is wisdom is. For example, the person who has got this center very well developed can tell you whether it is the north or the south. Because the magnetism that is in the Mother Earth, this center is made by the element of Mother Earth. So the magnetism that is in the Mother Earth is there present in this center. When the birds fly all the way from Siberia to Australia, they do it with the help of this center because they know whether they are moving northward or southward. They have an innate wisdom to know which way to move, and that's why one should know that this center is also within us, but we have lost our sense of judgment because we have lost that magnetism within us. An innocent person is really like a magnet, and he attracts the people towards himself just like a flower attracts a bee towards itself. There are some fishes in which they have found actual magnetic field, and in some of them they have even found a regular magnet placed in certain fishes by which they know whether they are going north, south, east or west. This center in us can be destroyed by various ways, as I told you last time. Now if you see from the top there's the blue line coming down. This is the power of our desire, by which we desire, is the emotional side of a human being. When a person neglects his emotional side or does not respect his emotional side, then this center gets lost. It gets very much destroyed. The emotional side in these modern times is not well understood by human beings. I'm sorry to say, but it is very true that when you destroy this center, first thing that sets in is impotency or overactivity, like the rapist and all that are created because this center is neglected. Both things are just the same in the eyes of God. Any extreme is wrong. Now those people who say that you can be enlightened through sex are really, I don't know what to call them. Because she is your mother sitting down there. She is only your mother. She has no other child, and she is holiest of holy. She is the Holy Ghost within you. And if you want to sex on your mother, I don't know if people understand that here. In India it's impossible. We cannot understand this nonsense. So it's the same insult to your mother, like some people try to insult Mother Mary by putting Christ in a very awkward situation with her. It's something like that, we can say, happens when you start talking like this. It's a very great sin to do such a thing to your own mother, which is the Kundalini. And that's why the other day I told you, I have seen some people have Kundalini, which is all the time tossing her head and breaking her whole body and just feeling so helpless because she's made so weak, because the holiness from a person is vanished. Our idea of holiness has become so perverted, and to add up to that, we have now gurus to tell us that it's a very good thing to do, you'll go to heaven. Actually, they are very honest, they say you'll go to bottomless pit, and bottomless pit means hell. Why do you need a guru for this? Actually, you have mastered this. In England when I went, I was amazed that they have sex they talk of sex and sex and sex morning till evening. I don't understand. Like all important people talk, you see. That's how they go on talking about sex all the time. It's nothing but sex. It's so filthy. So filthy. They talk sex with the animals, sex with the children, I don't know what's happening to human beings. How can we be that filthy? I wouldn't be surprised after some time we will have our bathrooms inside our drawing rooms. You see, there's something like our privacy. Something like our drawing room where we meet people. How can you talk of these things and how can you discuss these things which are so private and so sacred? And that's how you lose them or you lose balance over them. This is one of the things that's happening to us because God has given us freedom, we can do what we like. But we have lost our wisdom. We have lost. I don't know why this industrial revolution, or I don't know whom to blame, but we have lost our wisdom to understand that these things are injurious. If it is not, logically we can see. Why do we develop diseases? With free sex, all the sailors under law have to have in every port arrangements for getting injections for all kinds of complications that they have from sex life. Why is it you do not feel healthier yet? You lose all your health, all your charm is gone from your face, you get sunken and you look so horrid. It's a very good sign just now to see how nature reacts to it. So one has to be wise to understand that God has given us this thing to us, not to be insulted, but for us to lead a good, normal, good marriage life. And not to waste our energies in this kind of thing. But when people start thinking about it, then it's even worse. Then what happens? That this shifts from there, the attention onto the other side, and it goes to the yellow side, goes to the brain. When you start thinking about it, definite it is that you will become impotent. Definite, no doubt, at a very early stage, because it is a spontaneous thing. And when you start thinking about it, when your eyes start roving here and there, be sure your attention is gone to something which is so localized, which is so different, and which takes place only at a time when you are at a certain emotional spontaneity. It's very out of date to talk of these things to people, but if you are not careful about it, you have to find out the statistics of American young people, and you'll be amazed how many of them are suffering from horrible diseases. When I went to America, I found that 9 out of 10 young people who came to me were suffering from these horrible diseases, and most of them were impotent. It's a shock. One has to face it as it is, and not to say, oh, I'm all right, I'm all right. This is not the way to look at things. We have to see to the statistics that have been placed before us, and to know that there is something wrong about it. And with your wisdom, you have to reach certain conclusions about it. Now the second center, which I call as the Swadhisthana center, is also a very important center within us. The first center looks after all our excretion. It has got 4 petals. In the same way, in the pelvic plexus, which is manifested by that, which is a gross plexus within us, has also got 4 subplexuses. Now another one that we have is the Swadhisthana center, which is the second center. Second center has got 6 petals, and it supplies or it manifests in the gross, the aortic plexus, which also has.
Let's meditate in silence for a little while. I'll put on the Muladhara Raga. If you like to continue meditating in silence, just turn the volume off and we finish off after this raga. Let's together bow down, raise our Kundalini, put ourselves in Bandhan. I obviously thought it was a different Muladhara talk, but this seemed to be the plan for this morning. Everybody, thanks for joining in and have a wonderful day.